Hi, folks. You've seen the title, and we are still talking about workplace issues and how you might address them. I'm Carrie, and let's dive right in. Issue number 42, miscommunication. I encourage you to open dialogue to clarify misunderstandings. Use statements like I to express how the situation affects you without placing blame. You might approach the conversation by saying, I felt confused by the email you sent yesterday because it seemed to contradict our last meeting. Can we discuss it further to ensure that I'm on the right track? Issue number 43, competing for resources. I want you to discuss your project needs openly and seek a compromise or a collaborative solution that benefits both parties. You might approach the conversation by saying, I noticed that we're both needing extra team support this quarter. Could we look at our project timelines together to see if there are ways that we could share resources more effectively? Issue number 44, workload imbalances. I want you to approach your peer with a constructive proposal for redistributing tasks more equitably. You might approach the conversation by saying, I've been feeling overwhelmed with my current workload, especially compared to others. Can we discuss how we might rebalance the tasks within our team? Issue number 45, different work styles. I want you to acknowledge the differences in work styles and propose a meeting to discuss how you can best collaborate by leveraging these differences. You might approach the conversation by saying, I noticed that we have a different approach to completing our task. Maybe we can find a time to chat about how we can use this to our advantage and also improve our collaboration. Issue number 46, lack of cooperation. I want you to initiate a conversation to explore any underlying issues and express your desire to work together more. You might approach the conversation by saying, I've felt a little resistance in our recent projects together. Can we discuss any concerns that you might have and how we might work better together? Issue number 47, credit for work. If you feel like your contributions are being overlooked, I want you to bring this up directly but tactfully and focus on the desire for recognition of team efforts. You might approach the conversation by saying, I noticed in our last presentation, our project was mentioned, but not all the contributions were acknowledged. Can we make sure to recognize everyone's efforts moving forward? Issue number 48, conflicting priorities. I want you to discuss how to align your priorities or find a middle ground that respects both sets of goals. You might say something like, it seems like our priorities for this project aren't fully aligned. Can we sit down and figure out a plan that works best for both of us? Issue number 49, personality clashes. I want you to focus on professional respect and finding common ground rather than trying to change the other person's personality. You might say something like, we seem to have different personalities, which is fine, but maybe we can find some common goals or interests to focus on in our project. Issue number 50, lack of trust. I want you to build trust by sharing small, non-critical tasks and demonstrating reliability and openness. You might say something like, I feel like there might be some trust issues between us. What if we start by collaborating on a smaller task and then build up from there? Issue number 60, disagreements on project direction. I want you to propose a meeting to discuss all viewpoints and reach a consensus or a compromise. You might say something like, there seems to be some disconnect or a disagreement on the direction of the project. Can we all meet to discuss everyone's ideas and find a path forward? Issue number 61, unmet expectations. I want you to clearly communicate your expectations and ask your peers and coworkers to understand if there's any discrepancies in their perspectives. You might say something like, I noticed that some of my expectations for our joint task are not being met. Can we talk to realign on what we both expect from this collaboration? Issue number 62, resistance to change. I want you to share some of the benefits of the change and offer support to help if you need to. You might say something like, I understand that changes can be challenging. How can I help you feel more comfortable with the new system or the new thing that we're implementing? Issue number 63, feeling unappreciated. I want you to express your feelings directly and discuss the ways that you both can show appreciation for each other's work. You might say something like, lately I've been feeling like my efforts aren't as appreciated. Can we find a way to regularly acknowledge each other's contributions? Issue number 64, gossip and rumors. I want you to address any rumors directly and encourage open communication to prevent misunderstandings. You might say something like this. I heard a rumor that might cause some tension between us. Can we talk about it openly so that we can clear the air? Issue number 65, inconsistent communication. You might suggest establishing a regular check-in to schedule and ensure that you have consistent communication. And you might say something like this: I noticed our communication can be hit or miss. What do you think about setting up weekly check-ins to keep each other updated? Issue number 66, overstepping boundaries. I want you to set clear personal and professional boundaries and communicate them respectfully. You might say something like, I feel like our work conversations sometimes cross a little too much into the personal territory. Can we set up some boundaries to keep our interaction professional? Issue number 67, avoiding responsibility. I want you to address the issue directly, focusing on the impact of their actions and the impact that it has on the team. You might say, when tasks are left incomplete, it impacts the entire team. Can we talk about the ways that we can ensure we're both meeting our responsibilities? Issue number 68, not listening. I want you to highlight the importance of active listening for effective collaboration and suggest ways to improve communication. You might say something like, I've noticed that sometimes our discussion might be more productive if we actively listen to each other. Maybe we can work on summarizing each other's points to ensure that we're understanding each other correctly. Issue number 69, jealousy or competition. I want you to address the feelings of competition openly and focus on how you can support each other's success. You might say something like, it feels like there's a sense of competition between us. I believe that we can achieve more by supporting each other. Can we discuss how we might turn our dynamic into a more positive one? Issue number 70, lack of commitment. I want you to discuss the importance of commitment to the team's goals and how you can motivate each other to stay engaged. You might say something like this: I felt a bit of a dip in our project's momentum. Can we talk about the ways to stay committed and motivated toward our goals and objectives? Each of these examples, they emphasize the importance of open communication, mutual respect, and a collaborative approach to resolving conflicts and enhancing your peer relationships in the workplace. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you have some questions or comments about how you manage these relationships in the workplace, be sure to drop them in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.